Hello everyone, I'm Jaleesa, JJ Move T Switch Trash Game Reviews everybody, and I want to give you a video game review. Mafia 3 just can't, well, it's been out for a while. I just finished the game. I'm going to give my overall review of this entire video game. And this video game, what can I say about it? It's great. It's good. It's very good. Here's the thing. I've been a big fan of Mafia franchise since Mafia 2. I didn't play Mafia 1, so when I saw Mafia 2, I played it. It was my favorite. It's my second favorite video game for the PS3 of all time. I mean, I just love this game. A great storytelling with Vito Scaletta and Joe Barbaro. How these Italian kids who came right after World War II, how they grew up and how they become made men into the Italian mob of Empire Bay, which is like New York City. So we get their backstory. In Mafia 3, we get Lincoln Clay. Lincoln Clay is he's a black man, former veteran, like the main character in Mafia 2, like Vito Scaletta for World War II. Lincoln Clay is a Vietnam veteran who served, and now he's trying to help his technically a stepfather to him, named Sal, who technically raised him up in some way, and it just really hits to home about Lincoln Clay, who he is. He's a loyal man. He's loyal to the people around him. He doesn't believe in color. He doesn't believe like just because you're black you're my family. No, he doesn't care if you're white, black. You stick by him, he sticks by you. He believes in the bonds of family. He doesn't care about the racist bullshit. He doesn't care. He cares about the racist bullshit in a way, but he doesn't let it affect him as an individual. And Lincoln Clay is a great protagonist. Just like Mafia 2 with Vito Scaletta, Mafia 3 has a great protagonist, Lincoln Clay. And you know what this story is about? It's a revenge story. After you've been betrayed by certain members that you thought to be trusted, you are out for revenge. You're back from the dead, and not technically back from the dead, out for revenge, and you're trying to take over the city of New Bordeaux, which is like New Orleans. It's a fictional place of New Orleans, and they have this little flash forwards and flashbacks that they have in this video game, which I really enjoy. Well, not really flashbacks, a lot of flash forwards of foreshadowing what's the end of the game going to be. And from beginning to end is a simple story. It's a revenge story. Your name is Lincoln Clay. You're out for revenge for the people who betrayed you. And it's a straight up revenge story. There's nothing special about it. There is no special twist other than that fact that you were betrayed. Other than that, there is no special twist. It's just straight up, okay, here's the thing. You're trying to take down the main guy who destroyed you and your family. So you're going after him. You're going to take control of all his territories, his sergeants, his lieutenants. You're taking over it. There's like 6 different territories. Each territory has like 2 sergeants, and 1 lieutenant. And each place you control over, you get 3 associates. You get the main character, Vito Scaletta, from Mafia 2. He's back, and you help him out. And you have a black chick named Cassandra, a Haiti refugee. And you also have an Irishman named Burke, who also has connected ties to Lincoln's past and to part of Lincoln's family. So all 3 of these associates, you each decide which district you're going to give to. You could give to the black chick Cassandra, you could give to Vito Scaletta, you could give to Burke, you could give to any one of them. You could give to Irish, the blacks, or the Italians. You get them, and you get their own little places right there. You could do rackets. The problem is, though, this game is very repetitive. Since there's no twists and turns, you're just going to get the same old, same old. You take over a place, okay, it's the same old thing. They're at a warehouse, they're selling drugs, take care of that place. They have guns over there, go over there. There's very little, this game doesn't really use all its abilities. For instance, they have a lot of, they have boats now. You could ride around a boat on a river. They don't use that to their advantage. You don't really get much boat chases, only like 1. Cars, you don't really get many car chases either. And there's a difference between Mafia 2 and Mafia 3 right here. In Mafia 2, when you're either driving, someone or your partner is shooting for you. This one, you're going to have to shoot for yourself. Mostly. You're going to have to shoot for yourself and drive at the same time and not try to hit traffic. That is a bitch to do, and sometimes even on a time limit. It makes it harder as heck, and here's the thing, a downside of Mafia 3. The clothes that you have in Mafia 3 are the only clothes you're going to get. You can't change your clothes. You can't change your outfits. Which is kind of disappointing. I mean, it would be kind of refreshing just to change your clothes once in a while to have a different look of your character. And for Mafia 2, they did that with, you could have like 6 different pairs of clothing. You could have leather jackets, a white t-shirt. I mean, there was so much stuff you could wear. They don't give you none of that stuff in Mafia 3. Mafia 3, you got your army uniform, technically an army uniform, it's right here. Sorry if you can't see that. But that's your outfit, that's all you're going to wear, that's all that's going to happen, and that's kind of disappointing, honestly. cars, they're still great. The music is great. The music for the 60s, why not? They had that for Mafia 2 with their 40s and 50s songs, and this one you had the 60s and probably late 60s as well, but still you have the 60s songs, and that's pretty dang awesome. You're going to have Stephen Wolf, you're going to have some of the Rolling Stones. That's just awesome right there. That's great music. That's something new that it could get into the next generation and say, oh man, that song was great. I'm going to look it up. Mafia 3 is a great, it's a good sequel to Mafia 2. It's a very good sequel, but the problem is though there's no twists and turns. Certain stuff that they should have brought did not utilize that well. There is many great things about this stuff. You get to call in men to help you take down an area, but most of the stuff is it's just repeating itself. It's a simple betraying storyline, and most of the boss fights, they're not as all interesting. Maybe there's like 10 different boss fights, and most of them fights take place in warehouses. I say there's only like 4 different areas that you really go to: amusement park, on the riverside, and a tall ass downtown building. You don't really get something more special than that. You don't really get something more special than that. You got better weapons in this game than Mafia 2. I mean, this game has so many features in this video game. Mafia 3 has so many features into this. They had great cars, they had a great soundtrack. They could have done so much more with clothing. They could have done so much more with telling better boss fights. I mean, utilize more parts of the city that they have expanded. More stuff for the bayou they could use. Or even like customize your own place. Or even, like for instance, you go to this plantation where you sit with all 3 of your associates, Vito, Cassandra, and Burke. But you don't really you just go there to sit down. You don't fix up the place. You don't do nothing like that. And I like that. Like Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed franchise, do you always edit it, besides the first game, like the area where you're associated with? You fix some stuff up and you make it your own, which you should be. And I think they could have done that with Mafia 3. And like, this man is gonna take revenge, take over the city, and why not build himself as a character? Why not give him new clothes? Why not give him, besides new cars, a new place where he could run his dealings, his base of operations? Why not do that? There was a lot of fixable mistakes they could have done and made this game a lot better, in my personal opinion. But overall, you're still going to get an action-packed good time. It has like the same controls of Mafia 2. They improve some stuff and they take away some stuff, which is kind of disappointing. But overall, it's a feel-good time. No twists and turns. It's a simple storyline, but I enjoy it. Mafia 3 is a freaking very good video game. I'm giving it 8.5 or 8.6. It's a B plus video game. I enjoyed it. It's just they could have added so much more with the boss fights. They could have done more than just a repeat of the territories. I mean, you only visit like one cat house, and most of your stuff takes place in warehouses, which is very disappointing in my opinion. You need to have more development. They had this stuff in this video game. They had large maps. They had different locations. They could have utilized that more, but they're like, oh, let's do a warehouse. Oh, another warehouse. I mean, it just kept on rinse and repeat. It just repeated a lot of the same stuff again. But when you had the good boss fights, or when you were in different clothing, it was refreshing because it was a little bit of change. So again, Mafia 3, the point I'm taking away from this entire video game is the fact is very easily fixable. They could have fixed every single issue that I had with this game by just adding different features, or trying to be a little bit more inventive with their storyline, just a little bit. For the main protagonist, you're going to have a great time with Lincoln Clay. I know there is 3 DLCs that's going to happen. Just like Mafia 2, they had other DLC packages as well, but that take place way after. And you get, I would recommend getting the Season Pass. I did not get the Season Pass, unfortunately, because I still don't know the details. We still don't know the details of what's going to be in the DLC, but apparently there's going to be 3 DLCs, and it'll probably be like what happened to Lincoln Clay in Vietnam, or like a little side mission with one of the associates, or you're one of the associates doing something. It would be cool if they did 3, since you have 3 associates, which is Vito Scaletta, Cassandra, and Burke, and you get to play each 3 of their storylines, what happened afterwards, or what happened during their time. I mean, they all have great, interesting backstories, and I believe they're pretty dang awesome side characters. Even though Mafia 2 had Vito Scaletta and he was the main character, it's refreshing to see him in this game. So there's a lot of pluses to this video game. This is a pretty dang great sequel to a video game franchise, and I enjoy Mafia 3. There are some little glitches, but it's not a big deal in my opinion. and and save your money. There's a lot of stuff that's really freaking expensive. And let me mention that it's so much easier to find Playboys and all the collectible stuff in this freaking video game than Mafia 2 was. It's a lot more simpler. But overall, I'm going to give it, you know what, 8.8 out of 10. It's a B plus a video game. I enjoyed. I have a feel good time with this. I just enjoy Mafia 3. Mafia 3, you should definitely go check it out. I would say pay the season pass, but to me, it's not worth $60 in my opinion. Mafia 3. I'm gonna trade this in. Gonna get a different video game, probably WE or trade in for Battlefield, and I'll get a whole bunch of my money hitting back for this video game. But overall, Mafia 3, fantastic video. No, not a fantastic video game. It's a very good video game. I had a good time with it. You're gonna love the locations. You're gonna love the stuff. You're gonna love the kills. It's straight up Mafia, and I just love it. Mafia 3, very good video game, everybody. Again, subscribe if you like. The screen down the bottom, leave comment down below. Let me know. Respect my opinion. I respect yours. Let me know what y'all think everyone Mafia 3. Alright, everyone. Angel Lee signing off here. Everybody. Bye.